Hi, I'm Justin with All Wheel Drive Auto. The purpose of this video is to kind of give you an introduction on the proper places and the proper techniques involved in checking the fluid levels on your Subaru. This may be real basic for some of the viewers, but if you're new to Subaru, or if you're a relatively new driver, or if maybe nobody's just ever told you the importance of checking your engine oil level, checking your engine coolant level, checking your washer fluid, your brake fluid, that's what this video is about. Let's take a look under the hood. So for the purpose of this video, we're underneath the hood of a 1999 Subaru Forester, but I will, however, tell you that pretty much everything that's laid out on this vehicle has pretty much been laid out the same way since 1989 with the Legacy, all the way on up to the current Subarus in production right now. First thing I want to point out is that you're going to notice a bunch of yellow caps. Everything with yellow, these are all of the critical fluids on your Subaru. This is exactly where you're going to check or fill these levels. First thing we're going to talk about is the engine oil. Engine oil, this is the engine oil dipstick right there. When checking the oil on the Subaru, it's very good to understand that sometimes when the dipstick comes out of the dipstick tube, it may scrape, and so you may get different oil readings on one side of the dipstick versus the other side of the dipstick. In this case, it's not scraping, everything looks good, but you will see that it is just a little bit on the low side. On the dipstick itself, you'll actually see a couple of marks and a notch. This is low, that's full. That notch right there is actually your maximum level that it should be once the oil is actually expanded. One of the important things to remember is that when the oil is changed or installed on a new engine, the oil is going to be at a very specific temperature, close to room temperature, ambient temperature. Sometimes when you're checking the oil in your Subaru, or any other vehicle that you own for that matter, you're checking the oil in an engine that's running at a couple hundred degrees. The oil is going to expand as it gets hot, and it's possible that when it was cold it read right at this full mark, but once the oil actually expanded, it may be closer to this notch. So if you've recently had your oil changed, or you've done it yourself and you swear that it was at this when you were done with the oil change, but the next time you check it, it's at that mark right there, it's just due to expansion. Remember is that the engine oil level should always be somewhere between the full mark, which is that dot there, and the low mark, which is that dot there. As long as it's in between those two areas, you're just fine. Do keep in mind that if the engine oil is really hot, it's possible that it expands up into there. When checking so now you've checked the engine oil level and you need to add oil. This is the place where you do that. You're simply going to just remove this cap, and hopefully you've got some sort of a funnel. If not, just be careful when pouring the oil in there, but this is where the engine oil goes.